Hi there, I'm Jamie. I'm a first year politics and social and public policy student at the Uni Glasgow, and today I'm going to be talking to you a bit about support for estranged students, how I've found life as an estranged student, and taking you with me to a little meet up at the uni. Let's go. So I've just got out the shower, so now it's time for the obligatory fit check. We're looking a little funny, but we ball. This is how we're looking today. I got the clothes with an ASOS gift card that I got participating in a study about student housing experiences. So also check out for them because we love a bargain. So now it's time to get the face ready. I've already done one eyebrow, but I'll see you in a second. Guys, it's raining outside. It's raining and I've just done my makeup. Stick around to find out if it's still raining when we set out. So before we set off, I'm just going to be answering a few sort of frequently asked questions about estranged students and care experience students and just what are they and why does it matter? So a care experience student is kind of just what it says on the tin really. It's if you're a student and you've had experience within the care system, then chances are you're care experienced. It's that simple. So estrangement is a little bit more difficult to define without using the word estranged, but typically it's seen as when there's been a breakdown in the family and if they don't accept you for your gender, your sexuality, your religion, whatever it may be. It can be a breakdown in family values, or it can be something like they abuse and neglect you and either they kick you out or you just make the choice and say, I don't want to be in this situation anymore, which is what I did. Whether you leave on your own or you are forced out, it's no different. You're still estranged either way and you're still valid either way and you can still access a ton of support. So when you're first applying for university, UCAS generally have a little box that you can tick that says, yes, I am estranged, and they can send this to your universities and they take that into account. Even before you arrive, there's a ton of support that you can access if you're in the situation where you know you're estranged when you arrive. So that's things like free entry to one of their pre-degree programs, things like bursary support, a guaranteed adjusted offer of entry requirements, so they bring it down a grade or two just to make it that bit easier on you, and things like year-round accommodation. If you're staying in university accommodation, they can really help with that. So one of the main problems I know a lot of estranged students experience is securing accommodation. So you're looking at guarantor prices and you're like, oh my god, I'm going to be homeless, because that's what I went through. But the university helps here as well. They have a rent guarantor scheme where basically they accept, I think it's around 50 students a year, and you just fill out an application form. You talk through it with the estranged support team, who we'll talk more about in a minute, and you just tell them the details of your accommodation and they'll see if they can help you. And one thing I really like about the uni is something that sets them apart from other unis. They've got 2 dedicated support workers for care experienced and estranged students. The names are Jennifer Whiteman and Daniel Keenan, and they work specifically with care experienced and estranged students. They answer your questions, they help you meet other students like you, they advocate for you, they can talk to your accommodation to smooth out any issues there, the whole work. Support staff also help with student finance, which is a massive relief because generally if you're applying for student finance, you have to put down your parents' financial income and that's judged as your financial income too. And if you're estranged or care experienced, you're going to be thinking, I don't have parents to put down, or I don't want my parents to be put down. What am I going to do? So to check that little box and be able to be put down as an estranged student, you need someone else to fill out a confirmation of estrangement form. That basically just tells the student finance agency, I know this person, they are estranged, and they do have to list down a few details of your circumstances, but it really doesn't have to be too much. It can literally just be something like, this student was been abused, they have fled their parents on this date, they haven't spoken to their parents since around this time frame, and I don't think that they ever will, or that it's very unlikely that they will. So it doesn't have to be some major trauma dump, but you do need that confirmation of estrangement form, and you fill out a declaration of estrangement form yourself. Luckily, it's not too much hassle. It's just a couple of pieces of paper really. They're not very long forms. And the person that can fill out that confirmation of estrangement form can be a tutor, it can be a doctor, a social worker if you've got one, or it can be the estranged student support team. You can just drop them an email and just explain your situation and they will be totally welcoming and supportive of you. I mean, I'd never spoken to them before I had to reapply for my second year student finance as an estranged student, and they were so helpful with it. And generally, if you're not working full-time or have like massive amounts of savings, then you tend to be automatically granted like the full maintenance loan rate because they see that you are estranged, you're only relying on your own income. And so it was the estranged support team, it was Jennifer Whiteman that I spoke to. She told me there's a little group that meet, it's estranged and care experienced students like myself, and you just get to chat with them, just make some friends, get free pizza, and just be around people like yourself. Today there's a little meetup between 2 and 4 p.m. at the University of Glasgow for exchange and care experience students. I've been told there'll be free pizza, so we will have to see.